Hi, ladies, queens, and princesses. Are you ready to stop living below your means? Pick up your crown and put it back on your head. What is the one mistake that women tend to make when dating? That's right, the one mistake that women tend to make in relationships with men. I got a short film for you. Just tune in. Won't be long. Just take your ears, your heart, and your spirit and tune in. And right after that short film, I got some essential information for you that I believe can give you insight, information, and inspiration.
Lynn! Lynn, stop!
Oh my God!
Lynn.
What is wrong with you? Oh my God! How could you do this to me? All these years! Get off me! Don't touch me! Touch me! What is wrong with you? Oh my God!
Lynn.
He was fine like wine, and in time, I did unwind. His promises were like silk. They flowed like milk.
And when we met, I immediately got wet, hot and bothered, yet I tried to hide the coward in me. But she did plead, let me free. I can handle him. He's so sweet.
Morning, Miss Jones. Thank you. Have a good day.
You too.
Thanks.
So I did, and I came back with 99 stitches, kid. And when the doctor took them out, they all left scars, without a doubt.
So, how long have you and Michael been messing around?
Well, good morning to you too. What are you talking about?
Don't play dumb. I overheard you on the phone. Every time I ask him why he leaves me hanging, he just says, you know how it is. My wife fell down my back.
Wife? Wait, he's married? He doesn't wear a ring?
Seriously? Girl, a ring? Your ass is as naive as two left shoes.
So, wait, you've been screwing him and you knew he was married?
It's not like that. It's complicated. We'll talk about this later.
I see you working.
You lying ass snake.
Woman, what the hell?
You thought I was gonna be that stupid to not figure you out?
Figure out what?
That you have been messing around with Nia this entire time, and you just failed to mention you were married, right? Mike, I'm pregnant.
I said you're too loud. Pregnant.
You heard me.
Is it mine?
Who else's baby is it gonna be, Mike?
Pregnant? Okay. Now tell me what show I'm on. Good Times or In the Heat of the Night?
You told her I was married.
Sure did. You thought you was that much of a player that you could have two women on lockdown at the same job and we wouldn't find out.
This is work. You two are acting like two silly, stupid ass tramps. You need to get back to work.
No. Don't worry, girl. We'll get that ass. Trust. swear.
Oh, yes, the hell you did. This is what you call working late? This is what you reduced our marriage to? This foolishness?
Wait.
This is what you do? I'm sitting at home waiting for you at night. This is what you do? You telling me you're working late and I'm sitting up here waiting for you? Oh, my God, I cannot believe this. Listen what? Listen what? Huh? Listen what? Listen what?
Wait, listen.
Go! Get off of me! Don't touch me! You utterly disgust me.
Lena, wait. Wait a minute. Wait.
Go!
Wait a minute, wait.
Don't
Wait.
touch me.
Wait,
What?
Wait.
What?
Listen, I'm sorry. I didn't want it to happen. They set me up now.
Yeah. Happy Father's Day, Mike.
Mike is not a father.
Oh, yes, he is.
What is she talking about? I said, what is she talking about, Mike?
Monique is pregnant.
She's pregnant. And with your child? Wow. You really did it this time. You really went out of your way to throw this marriage all away. So I did. And I came back with 99 stitches, kid. And when the doctor took them out, they all left scars. Without a doubt.
Welcome to the Abike Speaks Show, and I am your host, Abike. Now, I hope you ladies were listening to that short film. More than watching it, listening. Because it's with the heart and the spirit that we learn. I hope that you've found yourself in that. Whether you were in a relationship previously, and you've been through something like that and you've learned some information that you can share with other women, or whether you are in a relationship like that right now. And don't get it twisted. You never know whether you're going into a space like that, and you may get some insight up ahead. So again, I just wanted to show you a short clip of the trauma, the drama that we women go through when we don't avoid this one mistake, ladies. This one mistake. And you may say, well, what is that one mistake? We do not listen to our intuitive heart, to our intuitive spirit. Now, there are a lot of mistakes we make now, but the one mistake we make is that we don't pay attention to what we know is true. And let me tell you why. There are a few reasons why. Now, that's the number one mistake we make, because it's not like we don't know. It's just that we don't pay attention. So let me give you an example. So say, for instance, a guy walks into your life. You're picking up on certain clues. The way he talk, the way he spit, the way he's acting. And you're like, But your judgment is overlooking these things. Because why? Well, let me give you a few reasons. Sometimes you've had too many people in your ear. You know how it is. All advice is not good advice. That's true. All advice is not good advice. You have a lot of well-meaning people out here, but what they do is they regurgitate information. They repeat what other people say instead of living by the code of their own heart. Your spirit is always letting you know when something is not right. But we get too many people in our ear. You should do this. It's okay, girl. Girl, nobody's perfect. Girl, blah, 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 blah. And in the back of your mind, you're like, but something just off key. And you deny yourself. Queen, princess, it's time to stop denying yourself. You must listen to your spirit when you are in relationships and you're dating. Also with friendships. That's how people get into a lot of bad relationships, thinking that everything is cool. And then you go, how many times people go, 2 or 3 years, 4 years down the line. I knew that such and such wasn't no good. I knew it from the beginning. I should have listened to my, you see what I'm saying? And then you go through all this trauma and you go through years of time wasted, resources wasted, emotions wasted, and you could have been doing something else with all of that, like pursuing your purpose, pursuing your destiny, pursuing your dreams. So again, that is the number one mistake that women make. Men too, trust me. But I'm not talking about men right now. I'm speaking to my queen and my princesses, okay? So now, when you override your judgment, you're listening sometimes to poor advice from other people. They may mean well, but it's poor advice. Also, sometimes, and I'm looking at my notes, so if you see me looking off to the side, I have to put my notes there because I'll go on and I'll kind of forget, and I don't want to do that. So sometimes it's fear. So say, for instance, you've already got into that situation and it's hard to get out of. Fear, mind manipulation, control, fear keeps you in those unhealthy, unwarranted relationships. Another point that people do not touch on is witchcraft. Witchcraft is the misuse of spiritual energy. It is the misuse of thought projection, spiritual energy, and it's a form of control. Sometimes we don't realize it as women, and I'm going to give you an example. How many times you going in life? You may be in college. You may be getting a brand new apartment. You may have just dedicated your life to, what you call God and a relationship with God. You may be just, I don't know, but you're just on a good path, right? And you're going. You're not even thinking about a man. You're not even thinking about dating. And then out of the blue, you wake up a year or two later and find yourself in a situation that you never, ever intended. And the first thing you ask is, how did this even happen? How did I even get here? What happened? And you have to backtrack and you have to remember. A lot of times, sometimes the reason why we don't realize how we got caught up, because we don't realize that spiritual energy was misapplied and misused to distract you and to get you off course. You see, when you're going in life and you beginning to become aware, so you have to understand that awareness is the key. It's the key. It's the key in everything you do. It's the key in managing your finances. It's the key in relationships. It's the key in, even if you go into college, you need to be aware of what you are doing and why. It's also the key to dating, and it is the key to relationships. You must be aware. And what are you aware of? Number one, yourself. You need to be aware of self. A lack of self-awareness is a lack of judgment. It is a lack of knowledge. And you need to be aware of yourself, your environment, and the people around you, and the world itself. You need to be aware. So awareness is a very key factor in all that you do. Why are women out here just giving themselves away like it's nothing? Because they're not aware of who they are. If they were aware of who they were, who they truly are, not who the world told them they are, not what the images have showed them they should be, not pop locking and booty shaking, snot knocking and snooky snaking, pimping and hoeing, money and trolling. But if they really knew who they were, I promise you, they will give up a life of living below their means, and they will pick up their crown and put it back on their head. I promise you they would. They don't know who they are. It's never been revealed unto them. It's never been disclosed. They think they know. Oh, I'm this, I'm that. They think they know, but they don't have no idea. So self-awareness is the first key. And then people awareness and being aware of your world and your environment. Being aware of how humans operate. Again, you can be going in life. You can be enjoying your life. You can be doing something good. You finally got the career you wanted. You're finally in college at the college of your dreams. You're finally doing good, you know, in a nonprofit organization or entrepreneurship adventure. But someone comes along, whether it's fake friendships or whether it's a man. That's where consciousness come into play. Because you have to understand, you're on a path of destiny. You're on a path of reaching something that you've never attained before. And you must understand what you're trying to achieve is not just for you. It's for the other people that's going to be connected to this dream, that is going to bless and help and prosper and grow others and yourself. Well, everybody's not going to be happy about that. And believe it or not, there are going to be some jealous people in this earth. Jealousy, we know, comes in the form of both female and male energy. Do you understand that? There will be fake so-called friends come along, fake relationships. But right now we're talking about dating. You must be careful who you allow in your space. You do not have the time for the corny term, ain't nobody perfect. Honey, you don't have time for that. We already know that no one's perfect, but you don't have time to keep allowing people to walk into your life, steal your crown. You lose your Cinderella shoe. You understand what I'm saying? You done lost your shoe, your crown ain't nowhere to be found, and you trying to get to where you trying to get to and don't realize you being spinned around the merry-go-round. Do you understand that? And that all comes through false relationships. But how do those false relationships come? Because of lack of self-awareness. You got to know you. You got to know how the enemy tries to trip you up, tries to sidetrack you, tries to manipulate you, try to ensnare you, try to guilt trip you. How about when you're trying to get out of something that's not healthy for you, whether it's a relationship or anything, there's a guilt trip, there's a fear trip, there's all these trips, right? Because all of those trips are designed to keep you from the one trip that leads to your purpose and leads to your destiny. So women, please remember that. Please, okay? So another thing I want to touch on responsibility. It is your responsibility to wear your crown proudly. And what do I mean by proudly? Proudly and honorable. I don't mean being a prideful woman. I mean proudly. You see, life gave you a gift. What is that gift? Your crown. What is that crown? Your life. And within your life, you have resources. What are those resources? Your time, your energy, your talents, your gifts, your abilities, your relationships. You don't have time to keep going being 20, 30, 40, 50 and keep losing your crown. Keep dropping your crown, letting people steal your crown and losing your Cinderella shoe. You need to get to the ball, baby. You need to get to the ball. Do you understand? The ball of your life. So you need your shoes because you can't come in there barefooted. You need to put on your beautiful shoes and you need to put on your crown, which is the walk of your life and the glory and the gift of your life. And stop allowing these men that do not mean you any good. You see, this video is not for people who have good relationships. I'm not talking to you. This video is not for the woman who and her man is working it out and they know how to work it out. I'm not talking to you. I am specifically speaking to broken relationships, to relationships that you know in your heart it is not going anywhere. And you just don't have time to keep wasting your resources, to keep dropping your crown, to keep losing your Cinderella shoe. You must get to the ball. You got to get to the ball, sweetie. And it's the ball of your life. So it's your responsibility to become self-aware. It's your responsibility to take care of yourself. It is not your responsibility to emotionally ejaculate a man. It is not your responsibility to play mama to a man. It is not your responsibility to make a man feel good when he feels low. Now, if you're equally in a great relationship, it's good to equally pull each other up. That's nothing wrong with that. But you don't have time to be somebody's therapist that's not trying to move forward. They're only trying to be destructive towards your goals, your dreams, your hopes, your abilities, and your aspirations. That's where women make the mistake. That's exactly where they make the mistake. They got too many voices in their heads trying to tell them how to do it, what to do. Hang in there, make it work. But you knew from the get-go that it wasn't going to work when you first met the person, and you didn't listen to yourself. When it comes to misjudgment, the most important person that you should ever listen to, because deep down inside, you know what kind of man you want. What Sally wants may be different from what Gina wants. What Tasha wants may be totally different from what Sarah wants. But you know what your heart desires. And it's up to you to fulfill those desires. As long as those desires are good. Do you understand that? Now, when you have desires, you have a world that loves to play on your desires. So you will always have the fake thing coming, trying to act like it's fulfilling your desire. That's where your intuitive ability comes into play. Because there's going to be signs, but you got to pay attention, okay? All right. I hope I'm getting through to you. Because that's where we make mistakes. We don't listen. We don't listen with our hearts. We don't listen to our spirit. And then we get into all this trouble. And be like, God, why? Why? And then we lie to ourselves. God, you sent me Tommy. No, God did not send you Tommy to give you headaches all night long. Sorry, boo. Okay? Okay. Now, I want you to understand that you must make a choice. As a princess, as a queen, as a woman in general, it is up to you. You either choose fear or you choose purpose and destiny. Fear of being alone. Fear I never get married. Fear I never find the right man. Fear that if he goes away, I won't find something better. All that junk is fear. It's fear. It's fear. All of it is fear. You deserve better. You deserve better. Understand that. You deserve better. If there's some men listening on the other end, that goes for you too. You deserve better. You can't do this. You can't sit up and play babysitter. It is not your job to babysit full-grown people. You have to grow as an individual. They have to grow as an individual. If you're not willing to do that together and you're just destructive toward one another and there's headaches and there's pain and there's heartaches and there's all this stress, that's not your purpose. That's not your destiny. And that's distracting you from your purpose and your destiny. Okay? So you have to make a decision. Fear or purpose and destiny. No one can make that decision for you. You have to get to that place in your conscious and your reasoning and in your spirit. What's worth it? These old crazy talk and voices that people project into you to keep you stuck, or purpose and destiny? Come on, y'all. If you're dealing with a struggle and a stronghold, that's another point that I want to make. This is where it's deeper. This is where you got into the relationship and you were deceived into get into the relationship, and it's hard to break free, and you struggle hard. Deep down inside, you know it's not what you want, but you're struggling hard to let it go. Sometimes that is the work of witchcraft, and that's what people don't understand. That's what I mean by energy misapplied, spiritual energy misapplied. Sometimes people have a hold on you through thought projection, through energy holes, and those are not so easy to break. They can be brokeable. You heard me. Brokeable. Listen to this Southern woman. It can be broken and you can break free, but it takes more effort and it takes more energy. You see, it's easy to get manipulated into these situations. Very, very hard to get out of. But this is where self-reflection is going to come in at. This is where you have to sit down and do some self-examination. You have to really go inside and you have to really find yourself again, because you've lost yourself along the way. You lost your crown. You lost your gift. And you're settling, and you're not just settling, but you're ensnared and you trapped because you want to break free. You're trying to break free, but there's this stronghold and entanglement. That's going to take a little bit of a different route. That's going to take some prayer, some self-reflection, some guidance, some wisdom, some inspiration, some help, to bring yourself out of that. But most of all, it's going to take your choice and your desire. These are something you have to make up in your mind for yourself. Okay? Another thing I want to hit on, and I want you to be very, very clear about this. Everyone has a purpose. When people become aware of their purpose, or even just when they start beginning to wake up in life, people will get jealous of you for trying to do better and be better. I'm telling you what I know. You see, I can't talk to you about algorithms between space and earth because I don't know those things. I can't read the bird's mind and tell you what the bird's talking about, because the truth is I'm not the bird. But when I tell you as human nature that everybody is not going to be happy for you, I guarantee you I'm speaking truth and I'm speaking life to you. You must listen to your heart. You must listen to your spirit. You must listen to the wisdom inside you that's trying to guide you to a better life. Because I'm telling you, everybody's not going to be for you. People do it in different ways. Some people blatantly hate you and let you know they hate you, let you know that they your hater. And some people are so sneaky and subtle and slick that they will use you for your energy, your talents, and your gifts. And they'll take all their spiritual energy to rob you and be up under you and steal from you and cheat from you and be secretly jealous of you. So you must be aware. Your heart will let you know. Your spirit will let you know. Okay? So again, that's what I wanted to hit on. I know that I'm talking about relationships with men, but this goes with relationships with anything. You've got to be aware. We can't keep running around in life and not understanding that if you're going to accomplish something in life, you have to be aware. You have to. Everybody's not for you. Good, well-meaning people out there, but that's not everyone. So in my closing remarks, I want to remind you that awareness is key. Being aware, okay? It's not like, ooh, hum land, I got to meditate to the 10th degree. No, just paying attention. Just being aware and taking things truthfully for what they are. And so there will be people that tell you, oh, that's just a spirit operating in that person. Oh, that's just this and this and that. Well, you don't want to get entangled with those spirits. So you need to be aware. Because if that spirit is not ready to come out of that person and that person is not willing to change at that moment, you can have compassion on them and you can understand them. But at the same time, you're trying to move forward. So you can't listen to the mojo hojo talk that everybody's trying to tell you. You must be aware. You got to protect your spirit. You got to protect your heart. And you got to protect your vision and your dream. Awareness. Okay? So again, never take relationships as a joke. A lot of women think that I'm a player, I'm a baller, I can do this, I'm a shot caller. These men will turn you out. Men that go for you too. I'm this, I'm that. These women will put a whippersnapper on you. Do you understand me? You'll be trying to figure out, where am I going? Where am I coming from? What's going on with me? And before you know it, you'll be all slutted out to the world because you have lost yourself. Do not retake dating relationships as a joke. Dating relationships should be a part of purpose and should be part of destiny. This is not about, oh, I'm just having fun, I'm just having a good time. That's how you get in bondage. That's how you get in trouble. That's how you have children out of places you wasn't intending to have, you know, and with people you wasn't intending to have children with. And you just have to be careful. Your life should be planned out at every plan. Your college, your education, everything about you. I wish someone would have told me these things ahead of time. I made a lot of mistakes in life. A lot of mistakes through ignorance, through lack of information, through lack of judgment. But most of all, because people knew how to play on me and my lack of judgment, or my desires, which nothing is wrong with your desires. They're pure, but people know how to play on them and pervert them. So that's why I choose to give this type of information and to share this type of information, because I wish someone would have helped me along the way. All right, be prayerful, be smart, be diligent, and remember, your crown is your life. Put on your crown. Pick it, just pick it back up, baby. Just pick that crown back up and say, I'm going to wear my life as it's supposed to be worn. If you lost your shoe, Cinderella, you trying to get to the ball, just start cutting off things that's not for you. Cutting off things and people that's not for you. Girl, find that shoe and get to the ball. I hope you have a beautiful one. And until next time on the Abike Speaks Show, I'm out, ladies. Bye-bye. Who she be? What they say? What they say? Who she be? Who she think she is? Queens and princesses, it's time for us to take the helm, discard the rest, so we can shine through and be our best. Time for us to rise and shine, so we can break through, baby, just fine. I just want you to know, today, it's the Abike Speaks Show. It's the Abike Speaks Show. It's the Abike Speaks Show. Hey, yes, the Abike Speaks Show. The Abike Speaks Show. It's the Abike Speaks Show.